Welcome back to That's Church. I'm Emily Call, here with my sister, Ashley Sanders. This episode feels especially meaningful to us. This summer, we were invited by Pastor Reba from Our Savior Lutheran Church in Holiday, Utah, to sit down for a conversation about faith, interfaith work, and peacebuilding. From the very beginning, she was generous, curious, and genuinely excited about the work we're doing in this space. What started as a simple interview quickly grew into something much bigger. When we asked if we could film the church building for an Instagram reel, Pastor Reba invited us to speak with their church council. That led to another invitation to come back and interview members of the congregation during a summer barbecue, complete with bouncy houses, incredible food, and a whole lot of warmth. We had never done anything like that before. We bought a few microphones, took a deep breath, and decided to give it a shot. We filmed this last summer and editing felt daunting, but we finally brought it together. That experience also made something clear. As a nonprofit, we are looking for a video editor who would be willing to donate their time, gain experience working with a nonprofit, and help us continue telling these stories. If that's you or someone you know, you can email admin@thatschurch.org. As we share this final episode of Season 2, we want to briefly invite you into something we're really excited about. On March 7th, we're hosting our annual women's-centered event at the Compass Gallery. This one is called Becoming Sovereign, claiming your story, honoring your agency, and building our beloved community. We'll be joined by MacArthur Krishna, Maxine Hanks, and Amy Watkins Jensen of Women on the Stand. It's a gathering rooted in story, agency, and community, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. And you can find tickets on our website at thatschurch.org. Here we go.
My parents separated a couple years ago, and when they did, my mom wanted to join a church. And so she came here because we knew the Hermansons and they were already coming here. And I was really hesitant at first. I was kind of like, I don't really want to go. We never grew up really being religious. And something I learned is that you're told a lot of stuff that's not true. And it's like, people will have their opinions and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I was a member of the Lutheran Church for a really long time, but I'm not anymore because I don't follow that. I feel like they kind of add on to that and they say stuff that's not true. And I've learned that a lot of the stuff people told me isn't necessarily true. And it's interesting to me. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. How do you connect to your spirituality then and find your own truth? Or do you feel like when you say things aren't true, do you feel like that's coming from an outside perspective? Or how do you mean that?
I don't know. It's just kind of like a feeling. I guess I get it from people. I know it's not always the best thing to rely on other people for truthful things, but I think it's kind of subjective. Being in the Lutheran Church, it's kind of like, everybody has their own, I don't know, set of beliefs and what they tend to follow. And so it's nice because you have a very diverse group. So you gotta see multiple different perspectives. So I think that helps me form that.
That's great because then you can learn different things that different people believe in their perspectives and then choose your own.
Right.
And kind of let that settle in and connect with God and have it be between the two of you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. How about you, bud?
So I was too young last year to come on the trips, but I think this year I'm old enough. But my sister came along and she said like to the El Paso trip, and she told us a lot of stuff, and I think kind of opened my mind on what the rest of the world is like and stuff. And they went down to the border and they helped you guys helped out people and stuff. So yeah,
Very cool. So
I have to get going, I think.
thank you. So that El Paso trip, were you there?
Yeah.
So was it just for youth?
Yeah. It was for the youth, like the high school youth, I think. Yeah.
Okay. How was it? Tell me a little bit about it.
It was really good. Volunteered in a couple different shelters. One of them was in Flores, and then two of them were in El Paso. And it was just a really good experience. We got to hear a lot of different stories from different people. They were really emotional stories, so it really helps open our eyes to the different hard things that other people go through. Also how to be grateful for what we have here. We live really easy lives.
Yeah. That's awesome. And the church organized that?
Pastor Reba did a lot to make it possible. It was really, because I think she's done a lot of youth trips in the past with her other youth groups, and she thought it was important for us to do one too. But yeah, she has a lot of it.
I will say, if you want to come to our church, it's on 10 a.m. every Sunday. Just come, even just for one. If you're not sure, just come check us out. It's worth it. You'll enjoy it.
I really thought it was cool that they all like stood up all together and they were all in unison and they celebrated each other. And yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I bet you love the bouncy houses after.
And the bouncy houses after. The food. The food was delicious.
Okay, Brent, right? Okay, Brent, thank you so much for interviewing with us. We just have a few questions. How long have you been at the church here?
Me and my wife's been here about a year, and in the winters, I'm not here as much.
Okay, where are you in the winters?
I work up at the ski resorts.
Oh, very cool. What do you do up there?
A chairlift mechanic. So whenever they break down, I just gotta show up and fix it.
Very cool. That's awesome. Do you do something different in the summer?
No, just in the summer we have a more regular schedule. Monday through Thursday versus like the last winter I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off.
Okay, gotcha. Very cool. So you've been here a year. Where were you before that?
We were living in LA.
Okay. Did you have a congregation you went to there? Was it Lutheran or?
I grew up Lutheran, ELCA. My wife grew up Presbyterian, and when we had kids, we kind of fell out of it during the whole COVID time, so there wasn't a lot of churches going on.
Yeah, for sure. So is there anything special or specific that you like about this congregation?
They're very welcoming. The message is very positive. It's all about uplifting community and being positive versus fire and brimstone. And then we have a lot of young families. So the kids have people to play with on Sundays. And all the older folks seem to be very excited to have a little bit of craziness during the sermon. So they're okay with it.
Yeah, it seems to be that everyone is so patient. We really love to see the kids up with the pastor and all of the parents, all of the adults kind of have to be still, and patient. And I've also noticed that your congregation is super lively. Like everybody laughs together and claps together, and it really seems very united. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. No, even the last song, passed around with maracas and tambourines to be as crazy as possible. Like all the kids, they love it, and it's makes it feel a lot more welcoming.
Very good. One more question. I am just curious do you feel like you've had any specifically spiritual experiences here, or also you can ask either one of these. What does your connection to God look like?
I was, as a teenager, I was full of spit and vinegar and decided to join the Marines during the time of war. So I decided, and that kind of going to combat and making it out kind of maybe become more religious and enjoy the whole family and community aspect of things. The good parts of humanity versus something a little more scary. So as far as like my spiritual journey, that's kind of the biggest director of it is just the positives, like the Sunday dinners and the prayer and the positive. Oh, you want okay. And the positive messaging. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we love that. There's definitely a lot of love here, and you mentioned fire and brimstone, and we're definitely really impressed with this church that it doesn't feel that way. It feels like love comes first, and unity, and care. So it's really beautiful to see. Is there anything else you want to mention before we let you go with these cute kiddos?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brent. We appreciate your time.
So we'll just ask you, what is your favorite part of being in this congregation?
Oh, we like it. It's just so open and it's relaxed. The kids can play in the front pew quietly, like they don't have to sit the entire time. So they love being here because they're comfortable here. It just feels very open, less fire and brimstone, more like love first. So, which is definitely the messaging that we want for our children. So we really like it.
That's something that we've noticed very early on in visiting this congregation, is that it's more about love than anything else.
Yeah.
And you can feel it when you walk in the door. Everyone is so welcoming. When we went to the front of the when we stood up the other week at the front of the congregation, everyone was just beaming at us, and I'm like, this, like, my nerves just melted away. It's like, you guys are not judging us or even like wondering what us, just welcome. Just always, they've always been welcoming. But how is it? Do your kids feel comfortable here? And do they, I mean, my kids, we love that they go to the front and that everything happens in front of everyone with the kids. That's so cute.
Yeah, they love it. Like, we get here and they'll just run to the little toy area. It's their seat, they feel, and it's less stress for us because they're relaxed. So it works out really nicely. And
Speaking of kids.
yeah, speaking of kids.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, he got lucky, huh, buddy?
When you hit the human, then you get a
Green paw. Yeah.
You lucky?
Oh, she has to finish her cookie.
So you've been here for a year. Do you feel?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like it's different than other congregations you've been in the past? Or did you come from a different religion before you came here?
So our story's a little interesting. We moved to Utah about 2 years ago. We found this church about 6 months after we got settled. I grew up in a Presbyterian church, Brent. My husband grew up in a Lutheran church. We wanted to raise our kids with faith, and the only path to faith is through organized religion. So we wanted to find a way to do that didn't alienate them in the same breath. So when we came here, it was about a year and a half ago, so Gabe would have been about 3. That was when we had started as adults to try and find a church, and we just landed here first, and everyone was so welcoming, and it was so laid back and so lovely that we stayed. Yeah.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Yeah.
It's so good to just hear some stories from the congregants themselves.
Where is it though? Oh, there it is. Okay. If God could take over your social media for a day, what kind of post would he make?
I think he would probably make some like poll, like pick these new type of sandals for me, and it'd be like his bare toes out and like a horrible variety of like shoes, and he'd be like, okay guys, so let me know because I'm really anxious to like get new shoes because these old ones I'm basically just walking barefoot. So
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Okay. Okay. If God had a favorite snack, what do you think it would be?
Ooh. I think it'd be something simple, like very simple. I'm thinking like popcorn, or I don't know, just like something that's like
out of the cloud or something.
Yeah, very very simple. Like
Very real and
Yeah.
simple, and I like it. I like it. Are you in?
Yeah, sure.
You want to answer some questions? Okay.
Okay.
If God had a meme,
A meme?
what do you think his favorite meme would be?
Yeah.
Think it over. What would your heaven look like?
Oh, that's a good one.
Probably like with like all my friends and family and like with God and yeah.
Love it. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask you all that question. And then I also want to ask all of you, this is a little more serious, but what is your relationship with God? What does it look like? But first, let's ask, what was your question? What does heaven look like to you?
I would say like where everyone can just like be who they want to be and like very light and just everything is just fine there. Like it's just beautiful. Beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Probably just like with all my favorite people, all my friends, all my family. Lots of laughing, lots of dancing, just like good times.
How about you guys?
Mine would probably have like a body of water of some kind that's clear because I hate lakes, and probably like all my friends and family. Yeah.
What if God could answer or grant, if God could grant you one wish, but you had to do something good with it, what would it be?
I think it would be. I think my wish would be to, help people that um, may not be doing so well.
Okay, so how long have you guys been coming to this congregation?
Since 2003.
Oh, wow. 21 years, yep. Wow. And do you feel like this, what sets this congregation apart maybe from others, or what makes you keep coming back, I guess?
Family. It's all about family. When we walked in the door, I'll never forget. So they were very welcoming. And then we left and we came back. What was it? Maybe a month later, 2 months later?
We came out to explore Utah in general.
Yes.
We were coming from the Midwest. We were moving here.
Yep. And my job was relocating out here. And so I had asked her if she wanted to come out. So we came and checked out the church. And so we said hi to people, whatever, left, came back, and a guy came to me and he's like, "Where have you been?" He said, "I missed you." And I thought, wow, that was pretty profound. And that's really kind of what our church is all about. Like, we pay attention to who's here, and it's all about just the family.
Feel the same. Into this congregation gave us that family we didn't have, that we'd lost, honestly, by moving. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I bet that was such a comfort to you to come and be welcomed here that quickly. We've definitely felt that embrace just visiting our cousin and her family here. And there's a warmth that we visit a lot of churches, and this church especially feels extra warm.
Yeah.
And we felt that same kind of love.
We also wanted some musical talent here because we both are in the band and choir, and well, he doesn't sing, but he plays the drums. But we needed some music in our life, and this church definitely gives that to us too, which is great.
For sure.
Yeah.
Music is really beautiful. So
Yeah. When you walk in and hear those drums, I feel like we love the movie Les Mis. Oh, sorry. And I when I watch like the musical Les Mis, like the drums just fill your spirit, and I feel that when I'm here. I was telling my husband, I said, this kind of music just speaks to me in a different way, and I've always been very spiritually fed by music, and I can tell when I see you up there, I can tell you feel the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. It's a critical part of worship for me, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I love a good, the music has to move. And oftentimes people will get up and they just are playing, they're doing the motions, right? I'm singing the song, right? But it's not about singing, right? It's about the emotion that comes through in the singing, or the way that we play. And I think that's the reason why I love our band right now, is because we all gel together really, really well. And so it is more about the emotion, less about the mechanics of it.
Oh, I love that. I think there's so many churches that they just sing and it can feel kind of robotic and da da da, and here it is a spiritual connection. You can feel it, and I feel like music is one of those things that conveys emotion. Like you said, you don't have to speak the same language, you don't have to be the same color, create anything, like to feel the power of music, and it's powerful here. That's something that we'll definitely promote. Yes. Do you guys feel like this congregation is welcoming to everyone?
Absolutely. 100%. Yep. I can't imagine someone that wouldn't be welcomed, truly.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what their orientation is or even their social status, right? Somebody comes in that's homeless, it's fine. They're part of our family. It's okay.
That's huge. That's something we felt here too. We have so we visit other religions, and people are always asking us about different LGBTQ plus affirming churches. And so we just are so excited to promote this congregation and let people know that there is a space for them where they can feel welcomed and loved and not judged, and not like they need to be changed in any way, but that they are loved as they are.
Absolutely. Yep. Just be them.
It will take you however you are, because that's what God said, right? God said that it doesn't matter who you are, I love you for who you are. And that's what we believe here.
That is truly beautiful. Thank you so much for speaking with us. This has been incredible. Thank you.
The kids just always on Saturday, do we get to go to church tomorrow? They love it here, and they just have such a fun time always. And it's great community as parents to hang out and drink coffee and play afterwards. And so it's a lot of fun. The kids have a lot of fun.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I'll say is it's just nice that if your kids want to go, and there's a lot of places I have to drag them, but this is not one of them so far. So that's nice. And even today, when Reba was talking about the children and the song that they had, and I just thought that was so sweet. So it kind of makes you feel like she said, comfortable having your kids there, and that there's a community. So it's nice.
Love it. One thing that we have been really impressed with is that when the kids go up and Pastor Reba talks with them, I love that the parents have to be patient. Like, we just have to sit and listen to what the kids are learning and focus on them only. I think that's so valuable because we get so busy in our life, and that is a really beautiful moment. I feel like one of my favorite moments here. And I've come to this congregation quite a bit over the years, and it's really awesome. We love it. We feel very welcome. Yeah, it's beautiful. So thank you. Thank you all so much. Okay.
That we lead and love everybody. So yes, 100% welcome, celebrated, and it's a joy that we just are so inclusive to everybody. Any, whoever you are, wherever you are in your walk in life, like you're welcome here.
Wow. Yeah. Yes.
Who is Jesus? What do you think about Jesus?
I think Jesus is someone that will always stay with you no matter where you are, and that he will help you because he loves you, and we come here to learn that.
Oh my gosh. This is who we need to be interviewing the whole time. Our star. Just kidding. That is incredible. That is so sweet. Do you feel Jesus' love when you visit this church?
Yes.
If you could ask God one silly question, what would it be?
Was there chickens back then?
In heaven. Oh, I love it. That's so cute. Do we have any more questions? Yeah.
What do you think heaven is like?
Hold the mic up.
Probably like something magical, like very cool, like comforting, clouds, a lot of clouds. I know that, and there's like Jesus is up there, so is God, and yeah, it just seems good.
If God had a pet, do you think God has a pet? And if so, what kind of pet?
Well, he made every single pet in the whole wide world.
Good point.
So
Yeah, she's got us there. That's a great point. She's ahead of us on this one.
What do you think is right by his side? What pet do you think is right by his side?
a puppy.
Okay.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs,
It's got to be puppies.
they help people. They also help people through their disabilities too, and they're not just for to have as a pet. They're to help people, if you're blind, and if you need emotional support, so animal or a dog, or anything. It doesn't just have to be a dog. It can be anything. What if people's allergic to dogs or something? So
that is a great answer.
yeah. So I've seen emotional support pig in a store once, and they actually work.
I love it.
Yeah.
I call Emily my emotional support pet when we go places. I can't go without her. I'm gonna get her a vest, and
My mom's name is
we're sisters, by the way, so I can say that and get away with it without her slapping me. She still might slap me. Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Unless you do.
Here.
Have you had any spiritual experiences here, or has there been something that the congregation has helped you spiritually in connecting with God or connecting with your spirituality?
I think I'm going to have to go back to my teenage years. It was where, when you're a teenager and things are confusing and I feel like trying to find your way. I was in the youth group and we went on a couple trips. We went to Estes Park, Colorado, and then we went to Juarez, Mexico. And I feel like that's when I kind of found religion a little more in God and Jesus. So I would say then I'm trying more to come on recent times, but I feel like that experience was kind of pivotal in my religious journey. Just as a teenager, you could go so many different ways, and it was just nice to have that kind of solid base here and someone you could always go back to, and peers just like you that were the same.
That is awesome. That is such a pivotal time of life and so important. Yes,
Really
I agree. How about you? Have you had any spiritual experiences here, or have there been any times that this congregation kind of helped you with your spirituality in any way?
Yeah, I think like Emily was saying, as a kid and youth, like the youth group here was just such a great organizational entity to teach me such a wonderful foundation. And then through summer camps and concerts and other experiences, yeah, I had many spiritual experiences as like a young kid, like a pivotal age, which has just like carried.
Okay, say all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to hold this?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite memories in the church growing up here in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, are awesome teachers. Actually, one of them's right over there, Bob Bishop. But he took us all to like 8 different congregations, not just church groups. We went to a mosque and a synagogue and Catholic church, LDS church, like all different types of church organizations. And it was so cool. We also went to other Christian churches just to see other people's traditions, their culture, how they worship, their like understanding the spiritual, background of each religion. And it was one of the most like educational experiences that really made me understand and appreciate my own, faith and my own church here. And it was really to just like say there's so many people in the world, so many people here in Salt Lake City, and everybody, there's not like necessarily one right way to live. And it was one of the most eye-opening, cool experiences I've had. Yeah.
How did they do that? Like, did they do it once a week? You went to a different church, or how did that work?
So I think what I recall is I feel like we did either 4 or 5 per year. And so we would spend like a month kind of learning some of the religious background. And then we would go to like the church. And then we'd spend another month learning about another and then go to that church. And then, so I think over the 2 years we did, I forget if it was 8 or 10, but it was a really cool experience. I still remember and value today. So yeah.
Wow. And this is Bob, one of your
He was
one of your Sunday school teachers.
I was just talking about
very
you.
Cool.
She was just talking about you.
She was saying that you were one of the Sunday school teachers that. Do you mind talking with us for a minute?
As long as I don't swallow it, I'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, I had filled out the form this morning.
Oh, good.
Just in case,
Oh,
so
that's great. Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
That was perfect transition. Thank you so much. It was so good to meet you.
Yes, likewise. Thanks, you guys.
You guys are darling.
Tell them what she was telling us, Emmy.
So she mentioned that when you were a Sunday school teacher, when she was a kid or she was a youth, that you went around and looked at different churches.
Yes.
And it was over the span of 2 years.
Yeah, and actually, we kind of called it a passport program. We printed up for each kid. We printed up just a fold over like a passport. We put our church logo on the front. And then every time we visited another church, we printed up like a round label that stick into the book. So they had like a record of the churches we'd gone to and that kind of stuff.
That is adorable.
And actually, we did that in conjunction. It was myself and Steve Kiger, another member here. And we did that kind of coordinating that.
Yeah, that way you can explain with your hands.
Well, that's true. Okay. But we did that kind of in coordination with Reba, who was here at the time as a youth minister.
Oh,
so she wasn't a pastor then; she was our youth minister. And the way we structured it was the week before we would visit the other church, we would go through just kind of a basic understanding of the church we were going to go visit. It wasn't anything deep or theological. It was just kind of some basic stuff. We'd visit the church. We gave the kids each a form to fill out that just allowed them to kind of compare. And it was the same form for every church. Did they have, one book they read from or more than one book? And, did you feel welcome there? And yada, yada, yada. And then the third week in the series is when we kind of did the, we visited back using their forms and kind of reviewed what we had done and what they had learned and that kind of stuff. And it was really kind of neat. I mean, and I think a lot of the kids, Carly is a prime example, but a lot of the kids really enjoyed it, and I think got some good stuff out of it.
She had a lot to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I love how many different things. It seems like you've been through a lot of different eras kind of throughout the years in this congregation. You've done a lot of different types of things. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, you mean as a congregation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, and I think we've tried to be responsive to the particular leadership we had at the time, and I'm talking now about pastoral leadership. And we went, in the years that we've been here, we went from, a very traditional type pastor, and then when he left, we
I'm Sophie.
I know you. Sophie is my niece cousin. What? I don't know. Her moms are my cousins. Her mom is my cousin. Okay, and tell me your name.
I'm Lexi.
Lexi, you're so great.
Olivia.
Olivia, thank you so much.
Max.
Max. Okay, thank you all so much for doing this. Actually, I'm going to give you guys this one, and you can pass it around so you can answer at one time. Yeah, you guys hold this one, and then I'll share this one with these guys. So you do have to kind of hold it like this far. Okay, so what do you like about this church?
I like how we do like so many fun things like that, and like lessons that like go along with what we're learning about in church, like in the day. And it's just like something different each day to come to. I just really like that.
That's awesome. How long have you come here?
I would say my whole life. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't know exactly, but basically my whole life.
Okay, awesome. How about you, Lexi?
I really like how it's just so like welcoming, and like it's not super strict. It's very chill, and also like you're saying, like we do a lot of fun stuff. It's like, yeah, it's just really fun. Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. Okay, how about you?
I also like that it's like chill, and I don't have to dress up. Not that I really would if I was forced to. But
love it.
And there's not like, well, I'm not forced into doing things except for this. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Where's your phone? Sorry, I sent you.
I like that it's really like laid back, and not everything's I don't know, it's very chill, very laid back. It's not like you have to come to every Sunday, or people are going to be like, well, like, yeah, you have like, I don't know, there's not like a dress code. There's not all these specific things that you need to do. You can just come anyways, just come as you are. So I think I like that a lot.
I love that. That's a beautiful answer. Thank you, all of you. That was perfect. Okay, I'm going to ask you each a different question now that's kind of more funny, okay? Okay, if you could ask God one funny question, what would it be?
Wait. Why don't you get a haircut?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Honestly, I bet God listens to like a little bit of everything. I bet he likes to bust a move. So I bet a lot of like hype songs. But yeah, I bet he listens to everything.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think God likes music, right? Yeah. And I think he has a sense of humor, and I think he likes the things that we like, I would imagine.
Okay, let's just start with you telling us your name.
Hi, my name is Rachel.
Okay, I'm going to hold this so we can go back and forth.
Sure.
It's so fluffy, isn't it cute? So how long have you been coming to this congregation, Rachel?
I've been coming here for about 8 years since I moved to the Salt Lake area.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Were you a Lutheran before you came to this church?
I was, yeah. I grew up Lutheran, and so when I moved here, I looked at all the different Lutheran churches, all the different ELCA churches, and this one seemed like a good fit.
It's amazing. What drew you to this church? What was different about this congregation than others?
I think I really liked the humility that I kind of felt at this church. Certainly all the churches were great, but I felt like there was just a real mission here to try and be better people, to try and make the world a little bit better, and that's really something that I wanted for myself and, hopefully my family in the future now.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's so interesting because the teens we interviewed said something similar to that, like that they want to make the world a better place. And I just thought that is, and I love that there's like no context in that. And it's not like there's no like we just want to bring people here or that we want them to think the way it's just about making the world a better place, which I love. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. I have a 2.5-year-old right here, and then a 3-month-old that is being passed around somewhere.
I've seen her. She is so cute. Oh my goodness. So with your children, are there certain things that are taught here that are important to you and for your kids? I know you kind of mentioned humility, which is huge. I love that word. But is there anything else that you feel like you can only get here or that are more emphasized within this congregation?
I mean, certainly the theology of the church is important to me, and it's something that I want them to grow up in and be immersed in. I think beyond that, for me, it was just really important that they have a community of adults and older kids that they always feel like they they have people who care about them, who are there for them, and that they can rely on. And I certainly see that again. They get passed around. There's so many people who are willing to help with them. And that's just really, really critical to me that they know church is a loving place with loving adults for them.
That's beautiful. We've tried to highlight different LGBTQ plus affirming congregations here in Utah, and we visited this one for years because our cousin and her wife attend here, and we've just always felt that love. And I think it's going to be so important for people to see this and to know that they can come here no matter who they are and feel loved and welcomed as exactly themselves. Do you feel that in this?
Oh, absolutely. I have a kind of a non-traditional family, and so it is. I've never felt anything but acceptance and love, and again, just outpouring of people willing to help and just be there. And I can't think of a better place for our family to be.
Wow. And you say non-traditional family. Do you? I mean, we don't have to talk about that, but if you feel open to talking about it, could you tell us a little bit about that and how you feel accepted here?
I'm an intentional single parent, and so I kind of took this journey on my own when I couldn't find a partner that was going to be a good match, and so I just kind of dove in and decided to start a family on my own and raise them on my own. And again, it's not the most common way to do it, but again, it's really been a great place to be, and they've never felt anything but just acceptance from everyone, and same for myself. And so it's been, I think, regardless of family type, it's a great place to be.
That is such a beautiful thing. I think that the like picture perfect 2-parent, 2.5 kids, whatever, is just so it's almost more uncommon nowadays than it is not. And so to find a church like this that's just loving and embracing and I've seen your baby be passed around. I've almost held her as well. She's so beautiful. But to see that love and to see the community come together, I think that's what a lot of people are looking for, is just support and community, regardless of, as we mentioned, like how our families are, or because every family is important, and every family looks a little different. And almost everyone we've talked to has mentioned that this congregation is a family, and you can feel that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think to your point, every child, regardless of their family, needs love and needs a community. And really, that could probably be said about every adult as well. But it's something that it's nice to see, just all the kids and all the families being, just feeling like they're loved in this family here.
Wow. Thank you so much for talking to us. Is there anything else you want to share with us? Any stories or anything that you feel like would maybe...
No.
Thank you so much. Seriously, it's so fun to get a little bit of everybody's perspective. We've got the teens, we've got you, we've got so many people. So thank you so much.
Involvement over the years has been a lot in leadership roles here. I mean, I was the treasurer for 12 years and on council before that, and so I probably have a skewed perspective in that way. But I feel that we have been. It's been a good and good for me, a good partnership between our pastor and our pastoral leadership and our leadership from within the congregation. You know, it hasn't been necessarily one against the other, but it's been a true partnership.
Where everybody kind of works together to create the
and
whole.
of course, you know, there's always exceptions to that, but I think that's the general direction. You know, we have gone through different pastors over the years, and I think it's a statement for our congregation that we've always gone through that in a way of strength. I mean, it hasn't meant the end of the congregation because a pastor left. In fact, you know, we have at times experienced growth during the transitional period between pastors. So I think that says a lot for the congregation itself and for the spirit of it.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, it was perfect. She was just talking about how incredible you are. So then you entered. You
Yeah.
knew. Thank you, guys. And we will let you know when this is published.
A power couple.
Yeah. Tell me, what has your spiritual journey looked like? This is a big question. And has there been something in this congregation that has helped your spirituality or helped you to kind of connect with God? You want to start, Reba, or who wants to start?
Yeah, I'll take. Growing up Catholic, I'm not going to say there wasn't a lot of curiosity, but there was so much rote memorization. There was so many platitudes. You know, this leads to this belief, leads to this. You can do it in your sleep. And that started to really get old for me. I needed something that was fresh and renewal. And I was with a Catholic church that was very, very progressive, very education focused. And that got me really interested in theology and really studying what are the beliefs that brought about all these different procedures, processes. And so that was the beginning of my really awakening to faith. And then switching over to Lutheranism, that's just exploded beyond that. Not just in the knowledge, but in also the practical application. Reba is very grounded in who we are as people connecting to other people. And so you lose an awful lot of that dogma, a lot of that stuff that can get in between people. And it just makes it closer. It makes it more real. And so, yeah, this is an education and a journey that I just like, it's going to keep going. This is something I want to keep doing, you know, and following where she's taking it, where the next pastor will take it, where as a group, we've decided this is the love we're going to feel. This is how we're going to express it, and moving forward with that. So yeah, I'm excited about, you know, a faith I've quote unquote known my whole life, but there are always new mysteries and new questions to be answered, and this place does it for me. They get answers.
Thank you. Perfect answer.
So repeat the question a little bit here for me. I want to
everybody
try to answer your question.
Sure, it's kind
Yes.
of all over the place
Sure.
too. So pick whichever part you want to pick.
Sure.
But everybody has a spiritual journey.
Absolutely.
So you can take us on your spiritual journey and or let us know kind of what this congregation has done for your own spirituality or your connection with God.
Well, I'd say serving as the pastor here, it definitely, it's a gift, but it's also a huge responsibility. And I think that with all the kind words you said, kind words that people say, there's also this part of me that knows every day without a doubt since I've been here, there is no way without God leading. And there is no way without me listening. And so I think for me, serving in this congregation, it's the time that I spend listening and thinking and being nervous about maybe doing something really different and how will it go. But I'm finding that most of the people here are rowing the canoe in the same direction. And that too is God. So that's encouraging, right? I mean, today was wonderful. I mean, I celebrate the energy and the time and you two being here. But I think it's the constant reminder, I'm nothing without the call. I'm nothing but at the hands and feet of Jesus in this little bitty way that I can make a difference. And the only difference I can make is that which God calls me to make a difference. I really struggled with the sermon this week. As much as it seems like a simple passage, it has several parts to it. I've taken it apart in different ways over the years, but there was a lot going on with the kids, and there was certain things I wanted to say. And, just going, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then God gives you thoughts and ideas and trusting those. However it turns out, just trusting what has been, trying to trust God more. And I think that's the bigger the responsibility, the bigger the changes, the more energy there is, the more people there are, the more children there are, the more that I feel that responsibility. Be under it.
That was Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday, yes. So we invited him in, and he came in, and we gave him coffee, and he hung out, and it was all good. So we're here for whatever God may put here. And everyone's invited. And, the world has changed. I mean, we have families, we have kids that go with different parents. So, that expectation that you're not doing what you should do because you're in church, people come when they can, and they come because they want to, and they come to worship our Lord and Savior. And that's the way I choose it to be. Not law-based, but grace and lovingly based for whatever you need at this moment, instead of any expectations.
Yeah, and we're not taking attendance.
No, we don't do that.
That's a big part of it. There's no obligation here. This isn't a holy day of obligation on Sundays. You come when you feel like it, and people feel like it. And they want to be here with other people worshiping. It's beautiful. So, I've had people say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't make it." You don't have to apologize to me,
No.
This isn't an obligation. It's something that you should,
do because
if you want to do it, you do it. And it just keeps getting bigger.
That's amazing.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you
too.
so much.
You're special.
Thank you.
We love you. I'm glad we met.
Me too.
Let us know if you need anything else or just what we can do. But thank you. Just thanks for this. It's exciting. I mean, people are excited.
Good.
They
I'm
are.
so glad.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's so fun for us too. Yeah. Didn't work. Okay. Reba, Pastor Reba, tell us about yourself a little bit. Your name and
my name is Reba Kiker Kolash, and I'm an ordained pastor in the Lutheran Church. I've been here now a year, and I was here 35 years ago as a youth and family minister, and then served in Montana. And so I'm back now, a year and a half. So I'm back now serving, and I love congregational ministry. It's probably my call is to congregational ministry, and I love being here. There's new people to meet, and there's old people that I knew way back when they had kids in the youth group. And I feel like God has given me a great gift to be serving in this place.
it's so true. And you're so great with especially the children. We really recognize that. We love watching. That's one of my very favorite parts, is watching the children with you and all of the adults having to kind of pay attention just to them, and be silent and be still and patient for a few moments. And you're so amazing with them. And I think you just add such a vibrancy to this congregation and an energy. So we've really enjoyed watching it. And almost everyone that we talked to out there mentioned you as a youth minister, and you really have made an impact on this congregation. So we're so happy to be here. And then tell us a little bit about you as well.
Well, I'm Louis Wilson. I'm just a congregational member here. I converted over to Lutheranism a couple years ago, and I fill in basically wherever Reba needs me. I'm studying to be a lay pastor. I'll graduate next May. And right now I'm basically Reba's assistant, and I teach Sunday school and just fill in wherever I'm needed.
Very good. And you're on the council. We met with the council a few weeks prior to all of this, and they were just absolutely so welcoming and so inviting, and really made us so excited about this opportunity. So it was really great to be in there with all of you, and you were so great. So and this is my naivety. Tell me what a lay pastor is.
Well, I won't be ordained. I will not be, a called and ordained pastor in the Lutheran Church. Basically, lay pastors fill in for churches that don't have a pastor. So on Sunday mornings, you still have someone who can give a sermon, who can bless the elements, and who can run just the worship services on Sundays. I won't be doing marriages. I won't be doing baptism. I won't be doing funerals. Nothing like that. It's simply, we're actually, where there isn't a pastor, we're the folks that can fill in and keep a church going until they can find a pastor. Or when a pastor is there, we're that pastor's assistant. And we fill in and carry on their ministry in whatever way they tell us to.
Okay, that sounds like a great job. I love that.
It's great working for her.
That's great. And you said that you were not Lutheran previously. Where did you come from?
I was a Catholic my whole life. And about 4 years ago now, I left the Catholic Church. And because I had admired several Lutheran pastors, had read several books, and I thought, well, I need to explore that area. And it was just kismet. I found this place, and this community has been so welcoming, and it's everything I've ever wanted. And then Reba came aboard, and it got even better. So, yeah, I love it here.
It is really one of the most welcoming and loving congregations that we've been to, and we've been to a lot. And they all come with something unique. But I think that this, I personally feel very, very welcome and comfortable here. So it's a beautiful place to be, for sure. Okay, so tell us, what is special about this congregation for you, Reba?
Well, for me, it's somewhat personal because I was here 35 years ago and served here for about 10 and a half years. So several of the older people who've been here a long time, I knew their children really well and them when they were younger and I was younger, in our younger years. But also, I had a son who died at 25, and he had asked me to do his funeral. I had been his youth minister his whole life, and I did it here. And my family, we belonged here. So it's a special place where my kids grew up, and my son had his heaven day, and we celebrated that with all the Utah Lutheran pastors. And so the place has a meaning for me, but the people have more of a meaning for me. And I feel like I was supplying, which means if a pastor was going to be gone on vacation, I hadn't taken a church when we moved back from Montana. And so I was going around to all the different churches. And when I came here and they didn't have a pastor and they said, well, would you just stay and be our pastor? It just felt like the right thing to do. It was a yes. And I'd had several that had said something to me about that, and I wasn't sure I wanted to do that, but it was like when they asked, I knew. So I felt it was a call. I strongly believe that the Holy Spirit calls you to a place if you pay attention. I mean, where we went in Montana I grew up in LA. I raised my kids here in Salt Lake City. We went to a small town with 1,600 people. It was all ranching and oil. It ended up a fabulous 12 years, but it was not something I knew or something I ever thought, but the Holy Spirit said yes, and it turned out to be fabulous. So I just trust the Holy Spirit. When they had mentioned to me, and I'm comfortable here, I just said yes, and it's been a really great almost year and a half. I've enjoyed it immensely, and I will say the one thing that I enjoy more than anything is building something new. That just seems to be something that I like doing and I'm called to do. So they kind of had been in a slump, I think, and of course COVID played in there, but you can't blame everything on COVID. All the churches were mainline churches were diving, and I think part of it is they're not willing to change. But this church is. This church had soil ready to have someone come in and say, hey, let's not do the typical service. Let's have some joy and some energy, and let's not pray with the little kids up there. Let's have them, my thought was just to have them proclaim something so they remember it, as you saw today, and just do some things different, and everybody's ready to do that. And I felt like that's my call, is to help build something new. So we're working on the building. We're working on being open. So thank you for the compliments and the kind words. And we're hoping that our church will have doors open to everybody. We honestly believe that all of humankind is equal and that we are to love each other equally. And we want this place to be a safe place, especially if someone's been hurt. They haven't felt blessed. They maybe have struggled with old-fashioned religion, the words that were their great-grandma's church, and it doesn't make any sense to them. Trying to use language that's of today, language that most people can understand, and not have code words as a church, not have gymnastics where you're up and down and kneeling and standing, but having it comfortable. So I mean, I guess it's just doing something new really excites me. And I think the church was ready for it. So
Yeah.
the Spirit knows.
For sure.
And if you say yes, then it goes. So
Yeah, I think that the congregation is definitely not going to want to let go of you two, because you've really made a difference, and we've come here over the years, and it just feels the most vibrant that I've felt it. So you've done a great job.
But there's something that goes deeper here, and I'm not exactly. I don't really want to analyze it, but it's been amazing. And to fill in with what Reba was saying, it's not just a church that's willing to go somewhere new. She's moving us forward. We're moving. We're actually, we're forward looking, forward thinking. And that has been, it's been a nice, slow change over the last year or so. And it's starting to yield results. We're getting more people coming in. We're getting more people. When we share the peace out there, we used to make fun of it, that everybody goes and hugs everybody else, and we take forever to do it. We don't even joke about it now. That's just part of who we are. If I'm on one end of the church, everybody on that other side, I'm going to go over there and shake their hand, hug them, talk to them. It's a community that really is tight, and it keeps getting tighter. And that's what I like about it. I'm excited to see where this church is going, and excited to watch it move forward.
Yeah, that's probably my very favorite part. and today you had so many in the congregation. It was just, and everyone is so kind and warm, and it's really fun to walk through the crowd, and at every turn someone wants to shake my hand.
I'm so sorry, say that one more time.
Just Lori has probably been here the longest of any of the people you're getting to interview right now.
Oh, that's amazing. How long have you been here?
I think I've been here since the 70s. So my parents moved here from out of state, and we're looking for a church, and we ended up here, and it's been a real family for me. Raised my kids here, and yeah, it's been wonderful, truly.
That's what we keep on hearing, is the phrase family, that this is like such a family here. Do you feel that way?
Oh, absolutely. And this is our family now. This is our church family.
Yes, yes.
Lori lives far. It's hard for her to get here. Oh, well, Allie. And they come so far too. But I know for me, I just feel like God has called me to be here at this church. And this is my family. Yeah.
Wow. That's a beautiful feeling, I'm sure.
It is.
Yeah. So you came here with your parents, you said?
Yes.
So how has the congregation changed since you originally came here?
I think it's kind of waxed and waned. I mean, we had a lot of youth when I first came here, and my large youth groups and a lot of great activities, and then that changed, and now it's coming back with more youth here, and it's a joy to see them. And so I think it's changed, ebbed and flowed, like life does,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we just interviewed some of the youth, and they were saying that they drive themselves here, and we're so impressed to hear that they don't just come here because their parents are bringing them, but they're gaining a testimony of this church for themselves. Do you guys see that happening here?
Well, I love talking to these youth. They're so vibrant. They're such good kids, and they're involved in good things, and they support each other, not just here at church, but outside of church. They do things together. So yeah.
That's huge for them to have that support.
I feel like this church has always valued youth so much. Like, for instance, my daughter was actually on the church council for a while, and they want to hear from the youth. They value them. They want to hear what they have to say. Their comments on what's going on, or any changes, or the direction the church is going. So that's always been wonderful.
It's something beautiful to see that every week they take the children to the front, and that's an interactive thing for the whole congregation to witness. I feel like them sitting on that step. There's a painting, I don't remember who painted it, but of Christ sitting on the steps with the children. Mm-hmm. That's the same feeling I get when I look up there and see the kids sitting on that step, and for them to feel highlighted, to feel special in that way. And Pastor Reba does such a good job of making them feel special.
That's true. That's very true. And I think that we have evolved a lot over the years. I think we have been a very traditional Lutheran church, but as times change, we have accepted, some of the changes. And one of my favorite things right now is just that everybody is welcome, right?
Absolutely.
God loves
Absolutely.
everybody, and anybody who wants to walk through that door is welcome here. That's one of the things I love about this church.
I agree.
Yeah. That was my next question, was to ask you if everyone feels welcome, if anybody could come here. And we feel that when we come through those doors, we could feel that warm welcome right away. And it's something special. We visit a lot of churches, and we have people ask us, is this congregation LGBTQ plus affirming, or do they embrace women and support women, and all of these things that are so important to people. And we're very excited to share this congregation, to let people know that they are safe here. Do you guys feel the same?
Absolutely. And not only are you welcome to come in the doors, but you are welcome to come up and take communion.
Right.
And I think that says, it's like, because it's about God welcoming you, and he's here for everybody. Doesn't matter your skin color, doesn't matter your orientation, doesn't matter your age. He's here you're just welcome, period. So
that's beautiful.
And I think probably Lori and I have learned that over the years too, that it's not so much about what the theology is at this church or what the teachings are. The important thing, the bottom line, is that we a place where things became more personal for us, where it wasn't just that we were going to church and doing the things we were taught to do, but where we could really just have that relationship. And I don't know, once they played songs that caused me to raise my hands, now I can't put them down.
I love it.
Because it feels like I'm reaching up and just being open. Yeah.
I'm a very visual person, so that really struck me when you did that. And I think, and also, I feel the Spirit through music. The music in this congregation is extremely powerful. The drums, it really fills your spirit. So,
and see, that's a neat, wonderful, evolution we've had here too. We used to have different services that were different styles, which included different styles of music.
Correct.
And now we just have this one service that's blended, that includes, the hymns with their beautiful words and connection to times in the past and all over the world, but then also contemporary stuff that gets us dancing.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Well, and I like it that you can just walk in the door into one of our services, and you could never have been in a church in your whole life, and this service is something you can follow, and you can sing. It's not complicated. It's just it's simple and profound and moving and welcoming is what I think.
Familiar. If you've been, whether you've been to Methodist, Presbyterian, Catholic, or what, a lot of the aspects are familiar.
Yes, that could be.
Yeah. With our LDS background, we could feel that. At least I speak for myself, but taking communion, when we visited other churches, there is that a little bit of anxiety, thinking like, are we doing it right? Are we going to mess it up? But here I did not feel that. It was so seamless, and I didn't even question that we could take it. I didn't question how to take it. It just kind of came naturally. So you guys are doing a great job at that.
That's another evolution thing. When we were younger, when our kids were younger, it was about going through confirmation and studying, and kids didn't go up to take communion until they had done that. That's how it used to be. That's how it was for us. But that's a newer thing, that just those little tiny kids go up and get their blessing and take their bread.
Wow. The kids, I think, feel very special here.
I hope so.
That's beautiful. And then just one last question. Have you had an experience within this congregation where you just really felt God's hand in your life, whether it be through somebody else? Because I think sometimes our friends know what we need, and I believe that's God's hand in our lives. I know I'm putting you on the spot here, and so take a minute to think.
Slow to think.
Oh, you're totally fine.
I'm slow too.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I just even think, the pastors that we've had, and when we've had them, and then who came like after the last pastor, who led us to a just different level. You know, we had Pastor Elijah from Zambia, and he led us to just a different level of things. And then, and then through COVID, we had a pastor who helped us get through all of that. I don't know. I feel like God has really led us through growth. Well, and then Reba, I'm sure you know now, she was my kid's youth pastor. She was not an ordained pastor then.
Wow.
Right.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she was not ordained. And I can't remember if she was around as a youth pastor when Polly was youth here. I don't remember. But for our kids, she was our kids' youth pastor. Then she left, did all kinds of other things, but now she's what we need now because she knows us a lot and knows a lot about our church. Yeah, I would say God's hand has been in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing.
First, have a relationship with God and a relationship with the Lord and with the Bible, and then we love to come here to worship and support each other. But yeah.
One of the teens that we interviewed said that he loves to hear everybody's different perspective. He said it's a very diverse congregation, and he appreciated hearing he appreciates hearing different ways of worship, and he said that it's all very open and loving. And so do you guys feel like different perspectives are also welcome here in this congregation?
I think so. You know, sure we don't know every little aspect or relationship within within this church, but I feel like people are open to listening to each other.
And I think everybody is open to hearing opinions, to giving value to them, to considering them, and then making decisions based on that. I think everybody's open to hearing all sorts of different voices. So.
Oh, that's great.
Can I ask? Tell me your names one more time. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'm Kathy Ritchie.
And Lori Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to keep track of
And Kathy, you said that you've been here a little bit longer, Lori. Kathy, how long have you been here, and where did you come from before?
Over 35 years we've been here, and we lived in, I can't remember, we were in Arizona before we moved here. So, yeah. So I've been in other Lutheran churches in other places too. And this has been, of course, my favorite one ever.
And always Lutheran?
You know what? I was raised Lutheran. It is true. But when I look at all the different possibilities, I love the Lutheran teaching about grace, that we are forgiven. You know, we aren't saved because we do the right things, because we don't even do the right things. I do love that teaching. Yeah.
For me, my family actually grew up Methodist, and we actually tried a Methodist church here shortly before we settled here, and then this just felt like it fit, and it was family. And I agree about the teachings about grace. It doesn't matter your background. You know, you don't have to be a lifelong Lutheran to come here. You don't have to have any church at all. Just come and experience what's here.
Are there any other teachings that you really resonate with from this church?
Well, I particularly know I like the inclusivity of this church. It's important to me. LGBTQ, that's important to me. It's important to me that they can be welcomed not just as members, but as potential pastors and lead the church and come to communion. And so all of that is very important to me.
Incredible.
So I like it when any teacher in this church presents something, but not as if I know what the truth is, this is what you should believe. They present what is important to them, and then we can choose to accept or, you know, just pray about whether it's the right thing for us or not. But I like that level of things too. And I don't know if it's always been that way, Lori. Do you think?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's a newer thing.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Yeah, having that freedom And I think that's so important, our individual spirituality, like you guys are mentioning, because that is, at least that's what I believe is we need that individual connection, kind of like these teens coming here on their own. They're not riding the coattails of their parents anymore, because they do that. We have to bring our kids at the beginning, but then the hope is that they want to come here by their own free will to do it for themselves.
Inspire us then. Having them here inspires us very much. I love to worship here, and part of it is because I can worship next to somebody who has different thoughts than I do, has different beliefs than I do. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, last week I saw you during the songs and your hand was up, and it resonated with me because I'm very touched by music spiritually, and I seen you do that. I actually thought to myself, I really want to interview her because I could tell that was filling you. What do you feel in those moments when you're doing that?
So all of that started for me with something called Via de Cristo, which is kind of this Lutheran. In fact, Polly's dad was very much a part of Via de Cristo.
No, I love what you said, that everybody has something to teach somebody else, because I think even for us, we've done this so many times and we still get that imposter syndrome. We still get the nerves, but coming here, I think I had the least amount of nerves just because this congregation is so warm and welcoming. It feels like we're hanging out with people, not like we're interviewing people, and you guys have just been incredible to make it feel like that kind of environment. So thank you guys.
Thanks for listening to That's Church. As we close out season 2, we want to say thank you for listening, for watching, and for being part of these conversations with us. Season 3 is already shaping up to be something really special. We've had the chance to sit down with Gerlin Henry, David Hayward, also known as the Naked Pastor, and several other incredible voices we can't wait to introduce you to. These upcoming conversations continue to stretch, challenge, and deepen the work we care so much about. We also want to share something with you we're especially excited about. Every year we host a women-centered event in March and an interfaith-focused event in the fall. This year's March event will take place March 7th, 2026 at the Compass Gallery, and we would love to see you there. The event is titled Becoming Sovereign, Claiming Your Story, Honoring Your Agency, and Building Our Beloved Community. Our presenters include MacArthur Krishna, Maxine Hanks, and Amy Watkins Jensen of Women on the Stand. As we step into season 3, we're carrying forward the same hope that started all of this, that thoughtful conversations, courageous storytelling, and shared humanity really do matter. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you in the next season. Follow us at That's Church Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at That's Church Podcast and on our website at thatschurch.org. Thanks for being here with us. We'll see you in the next season.